have to say this again and again. I know he doesn't like it, but I think Shahid is getting better with age like a fine wine, brother. You're looking in such brilliant shape. You must be happy with looking at that. ना थोड़ा सा वो होता है कि मैंने अपने आप को देख के थोड़ी सी खुशी महसूस हुई.
Well, first of all, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming here. I know a lot of you are going to be traveling later today. So thank you for making the time and coming here and sharing this very, very important experience with us. It's great to have you guys. कर ले बेटा, कर ले. तोड़ दे सब कुछ. ऐसी picture बनाई है हमने. And obviously great to see you again, brother.
Yeah,
we go back a long way. We've known each other from college. So before we start doing anything together, we always first reminisce for 10 minutes about the past. He's usually bitching about me, and I'm defending myself. Yeah. But it's great to be here. Bloody Daddy is, I mean, it's something that we planned almost 3 years back. This was pre-COVID, actually just when COVID had started, and it was very difficult to make films of a certain size and scale. So me and Ali kind of wanted to make this film, but we were wondering how to make it. But somehow he has a great production team, and we were able to make this film in one go at a time when shooting was very, very difficult. So it's a very cherished film of ours. We worked very hard to make it. We had many challenges that we faced. But the best part is when you see the product and you feel like none of that shows. Ali is a fantastic filmmaker. He understands this genre better than I do. So it's a privilege for me to have him help me in this film. It's my first actioner, and it is designed for OTT. I saw a lot of comments when the teaser came out that, you know, why aren't you putting this out in the theaters? And trust me, we were all tempted. But this is designed for OTT, you know, and it was meant to be for that kind of a platform. And of course, no better platform than Jio. So we're very, very fortunate that this film will be coming out right after IPL, when all the eyeballs are on, you know, Jio Cinema. And can't wait to share the film with you guys. This is the first time we've shown the trailer. I'm so glad it wasn't on a phone and it was on a nice big screen, because that's where, you know, it's fun to see an action film. And I hope people will watch it on the biggest possible TV back home. But yeah, that's it. I mean, I'm going to keep going on.
I love it, man. He's given everything. I feel like we're wrong.
Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Ali Abbas Zafar. A few words, Ali. You have to say something.
आप लोग जानते हो मैं ऐसा कुछ करता नहीं हूँ. कम ही आता हूँ बाहर. ये देखो तोड़ दिया उन्होंने पहले ही.
But अब तेरी शादी हो गई Ali. Now you'll have to.
Thank you for coming here, guys. Thank you. Thank you for coming here. So I don't know what I should say, but I am just here and happy that Shahid and I collaborated. We've made this film with a lot of love and a lot of heart. So yeah, it's in front of you now, and on 9th of June it will be out streaming for free, which is a very big thing. And thank you everyone at Jio Cinemas, you know, Jyoti Deshpande, who is also the producer, and there are 2 more other producers, Sunir and Gaurav, who are not here. जिन लोगों के पास काम नहीं है वो आज स्टेज पे हैं, जो सब काम कर रहे हैं वो आए नहीं हैं. So this is the reality of the situation, and yes.
Please have a seat, sir.
Thank you.
We'll chat a little bit. And like we've said, there'll be an extended session with the media for Q&A. Extended. I know that you chose so many things earlier, you know, as far as your film scripts and all that is concerned. I remember we used to have this chat with Shahid saying that Shahid ke fans, the fanatics were millions online, and they still are, and they continue to grow. Now those millions can come, yes, they used to come to theaters also. Sometimes they couldn't afford it. Now they can watch this for free. You are going to break records of your own as well. It must really excite you to know that anyone that has the phone that can watch it, because it's free, can watch it. And also, all your online following can watch it. So this is really hitting it out of the park.
I think that, you know, a few years back, the people who were open to change kind of recognized that OTT as a digital platform is going to explode. And the accessibility and comfort of that platform cannot be ignored. It is the reality, and it is going to happen. I think we're very fortunate to be in a time where we can divide our energies into separate areas and actually work in 2 separate areas which are very different from each other. I think watching content at home, you know, in the comfort of your house, till the time you want, stopping it, having a meal, continuing to watch it, is a very personal and a very enjoyable and a very comfortable experience. And going to a film theater to watch a film is more like an event experience where you want to go out with the family, have a good time, maybe go out for dinner, go to the mall, watch a movie, make a day out of it. And both have their place. So I don't see any, I don't see theater and OTT, I don't see them kind of colliding into each other. I see them coexisting next to each other as two very, very good options. And as filmmakers, as actors, as content creators, we now have more avenues to choose from. I think the challenge for all of us now is to understand that how this has, the entire ecosystem around us has changed. And we need to adapt and know which content we want to take on which platform or on which, screen size, And that, I think, is what we all need to work towards. So even though a lot of people wanted this film out to be in theaters, in fact, theater exhibitors called us up and spoke to us about it. But we kind of stuck to what we truly had envisioned for this film, which was creating a film which is a big screen experience for the OTT platform. Because I think that is what is happening internationally. Like if you see a film like Irishman, for example, when Martin Scorsese and Robert De Niro and that stellar cast, who are actually people who are now in their 60s, 70s and 80s, can recognize that it's time to make that shift as an added option to the fact that you can make movies as well. I think for us younger lot, we better wake up to it,
No, but I'm actually very happy that filmmakers are thinking about this because we've made the shift. The geographical boundaries have dissolved. You all have started watching everything that you want. You're comparing with everything. Himanshu, as a producer also, you're coming on board. Numbers nahi hai. How comfortable do you get on a day or two after that? चलो ठीक है, लोग देख रहे हैं. वो जो पैसा देखने की आदत है producers की, how do you handle that?
In fact, glad you spoke about numbers. To set a context, quantifiably, if I were to put a number that actually number of people that who saw Hum Aapke Kaun in 1994 was around 70 million. And then
70 million.
Let's say 7 crore.
7 crore लोग.
और 2017 में बाहुबली को मेरे ख्याल से 5-5.5 करोड़ लोग ने देखा है. Now, as content creators and makers, if you are, and if you are talking about a platform जहाँ पे reach आप कह रहे हैं कि 5-6 करोड़ साथ में लोग देख रहे हैं, तो इससे बड़ी चीज़ for any filmmaker or any storyteller, it's the biggest high. And when this film started, especially when we were in the offing of the second wave, and all thanks to our tallest partner Jio and Jyoti who backed this, that they want to make an immersive, atmospheric action film for a good-looking star, who needs to be seen in a different avatar, and a guy who's known as a director to do such things. It's the biggest high for them to be able to, sort of communicate this language the way they want to do it, for the scale that has been put in, and for the wider reach that we are targeting. So I think that sort of satiates everybody's...
it's a win-win for everyone.
It's a win-win for everybody.
This is to the both of you. I mean, I love the selection that's come out of yours in the last 3 years. Yeah, what a Jersey come out, you got a Kabir Singh award. It's incredible. It's allowed you to do whatever you want to do as a performer. People have appreciated it. For you, sir, you are the king of large. Let's make everything very, very large. And it's not just explosions. Here also, even the look of it, the scale is so international. It's slick. It's good looking. And he mentioned that part. He's a good-looking boy. He always has been a good-looking boy. Now you have a good-looking boy.
I've never had two men in the gap of 1 minute call me good-looking like that. It's very... I'm loving it. Thank you.
You keep that jawline up, brother. We'll have to do this for many, many years. But, he's a good-looking boy. You've got the star is there. There's a responsibility. You're used to it. But is there extra pressure to make it even more slick and that H word, Hollywood-ish, hona chahiye because it's online?
See, one thing that I have realized over a period of time is that, with time, content is evolving, okay? So you have to have the pulse of the time, which is very, very important. The production value, the slickness, everything originates from the story that you want to say. It does not mean कि अगर आप OTT platform पे आ रहे हो तो आप कम budget के बनाओगे या it should not look how a film on a big screen look. Actually, it becomes an added responsibility as a maker that the content you bring on an OTT platform needs to look more international, I would say, because your viewership is more international. Yeah. And the idea is that it needs to have a reason to come onto an OTT platform. See, we are talking about numbers, box office collections. What's very important is that post-COVID content changed. That is a realization that you need to have as a maker, as a creative person. There needs to be a content which now you will make for an OTT platform, and you will put in the same energy, you will put in the same budget, you will put in the same craft. And when you do it for a big screen, you will do exactly the same thing, but you will find a reason why this person who's spending that hard-earned money, which we call our audience, will come to a big screen to watch a film like that. So
But just a question, have you done something differently when you say that I started at inception to make it for OTT? कुछ अलग किया?
Yes. See, the thing is that Indian audience is very, very simple. There is a certain language that the film has, and I'm not only talking about the language जो हम बोलते हैं. It is a cinematic language. Now, to create that language for a platform is different, and to create it for a theater where people will buy tickets and come is very different. In this film, it's primarily dealing with drugs. There is gore, there is blood, there is certain language that people is speaking in, and that was very important because that is what that thing grounds those characters in that world. You know, अगर मैं उसके साथ tamper करता, फिर I would not be honest with the content, with the script, and I would have sold myself कि चलो theater में आते हैं. So Shahid and I were very, very clear कि इस picture को हम clearly एक OTT platform के लिए बनाते हैं, and let's go 100% realistic on it.
You know, शायद एक्शन अगर बात ये एक्शन वर्ड बड़ा अब्यूज्ड वर्ड मुझे लगता है, क्योंकि रियलिस्टिक एक्शन होता है. यहाँ देखकर अगर कोई हॉलीवुड की एक झलक आ रही है मुझे, हैंड टू हैंड कॉम्बैट बड़ा हो रहा है, ये सब हो रहा है, तो इसमें क्या was there a large thought process that is gone in, because आप बड़ा केयरफुली मैप करते हो. आई नो एज एन एक्टर ऑल्सो आप पिकी भी हो, क्या करना है कैसे करना है, मैपिंग चलती है. यहाँ पे एक्शन गन्स के साथ सिर्फ नहीं है, बहुत सारी और चीज़ें हैं. सो वॉज देयर अ मैसिव शिफ्ट अपने दिमाग में ऑल्सो सेइंग दैट यार मुझे ना अगर करना है तो एक दिमाग में टर्मिनेटर होता है, आर्नल्ड श्वार्ज़नेगर है, सिल्वेस्टर स्टैलोन है, यू नो बहुत सारे लोग हैं ऐसे. तो डिड यू हैव समथिंग इन योर हेड व्हेन यू वर सेइंग दैट आई नीड दिस काइंड ऑफ विजन?
सो मैंने अपने आप को अली की गोदी में डाल दिया था. आई सेड यार तू ये एक्शन बड़े सालों से कर रहा है, एंड ऑल योर एक्टर्स लुक डैम हॉट डूइंग एक्शन, मेरे को अच्छा दिखा देना. So, you know, that whole credit goes to Ali. I think he understands how to bring action that is, like he said, cinematic. It's gritty. It's not, you know, it's not like a amusement park के उसके अंदर एक, you know, एक कोई उड़ रहा है, कुछ हो रहा है. Of course, that also works, and there is place for that. But what really excites me is when the action feels very raw, and when it feels like it's happening, and the way that it's being shot, it feels like you're in the middle of it, and you're kind of, you know, it becomes really nice and edgy and sexy. So I think that's what he also wanted to do. And it's also a very interesting combination as a subject of a very character's emotion driven. That's why it's a titular part, because, you know, the character is central in the way the story is told. But the ambience and the world that he is a part of, and the stylization of the action and the treatment, you know, so those two things need to go hand in hand in a subject like this. And I really must say that Ali really brought his A game onto this film. We were shooting in very challenging circumstances, and Himanshu right here had to do all the spade work, all the back end work, you know, so really a big round of applause for you, Himanshu. You really made this happen. And I think Ali has a great partner in Himanshu, and they work beautifully together. But just the way he put the whole thing together, it made it very comfortable for me. I think Ali and me have known each other for many, many years. You know, he was actually, hadn't debuted as a filmmaker when we kind of worked together. So I have seen him in those days as well. You know, he was waiting to make a movie, and I could see that he had so much ambition and desire and sometimes frustration that, you know, why can't I make a film that I really feel is going to work in today's time? And I feel so proud of him to see how he has come all these years, and now he's, you know, he's married, he has a beautiful family, a beautiful, you know, home, and, you know, he has a little baby now, and that all that has happened in the last year and a half. So I feel like we are kind of in and around from the same time. I think I'm just a couple of years kind of senior to him, if I can say so. But so I just feel like we were both in a space where we could collaborate. Our energies matched really well. I think he's also thinking long term. He's become a man, he's settled, he wants to work a certain way. He doesn't want to compromise on the kind of work that he does. He says, मैं नहीं करूँगा picture. नहीं मैं करूँगा ही नहीं इसका ऐसे सब he so I love that about him, you know, that he doesn't want to compromise. It doesn't matter what kind of film we are making, he wants to give it his best. And he's very alive on the film set, you know. I'm used to doing these films which are very performance oriented. Of course, this is also, but then this has a lot of other things happening as well, right? You can't just put the camera and then expect the actor to act. So, you know, on the first couple of days, I realized I'm not top priority on the set, you know. So he has this guy called Bablu, okay, who is his twin, okay. He is on Steadicam.
Oh,
And we couldn't have done this film without Bablu. If you guys don't know Bablu, go check him out. He's a rager.
And
But
he used to be an
anyways,
action. He used to be an action star earlier, action boy.
I realized I'm the second hero of the film because Ali was not interested in what I was doing till Bablu got what he was doing right. After Bablu and Ali were happy, that look at me and say, "नहीं ठीक है, आप जाओ, आप break लो, आप नाश्ता कर लो," you know. But it was a great experience working with Ali, and this is my first action film, and I couldn't have asked for anybody better to do it with, because I don't think I would have looked this good or been able to do it this well without the kind of experience and understanding that Ali has. And so I'm very fortunate that I got to debut in action, which is a very different genre, very different genre. It needs to be, especially when you're on set, the way things happen is very different from most other genres. There's too much happening on an action set, and he made me feel very relaxed and comfortable.
One change I've noticed with you is you become very soft, yeah, after you become papa also. You also say the same things about the others around you also.
मैं hard picture promote कर रहा हूँ, तो अभी ये soft मत बोल मुझे.
Okay, one very important thing I wanted to know before I'm going to give it out to the question answers. You being a brilliant dancer, movement comes very naturally to you. And this is to both of you. So does the action look far better? Because, you know, sometimes people like us become like a block. You know, you can't move that much. Does it make it a lot better? Because there's a lot of movement like that. Because he's so supple. Did that help a lot as well?
You know, actually, with Shahid, one thing which was never a problem to me was the action, because it is also a rhythm, you know, act because you're not really fighting, you know. So because he has a great understanding of movement, dance, for him everything was very easy to adapt into. And my action directors and most of the team which has shot action is all international, and when they looked at him and when he used to come for the rehearsal, they used to be like, wow, he knows his beats, he understands, he has a process of understanding. And 99% of the action that you see in the film is real hand to hand, and he's done it all. That's a different thing, that he lost a lot of weight doing the film because action really drains you. But everything...
ये secret है. ये secret है for the jawline with action. Because I'm seeing you.
अरे नहीं यार, it's damn difficult. डेढ़ दो दिन में. And also this is a film we shot very fast.
Yes.
If you know how many days we shot this film, you'll fall down. Only this guy, I don't know how he did it. We have shot this film in 36 days.
What?
36 days we have shot this film.
Because this is the only way we could make the film.
Because he didn't want to compromise on the scale of the film, so he just cut down the number of days. And that's why he's saying that it was intense.
Brilliant. I think मैंने बहुत सारे सवाल कर लिए हैं. आप लोग, I'll leave it out and open it to the audience as well. Please go ahead and just, we've got
this movie, Bloody Daddy. Bloody I can understand, but why the daddy word is there?
Because I'm your daddy. No, that's the context. I think the context is that, you know, वो गाना है ना, सीधी कर गल करा, real talk. I'm the real boss. So, you know, daddy is a word you use in that context as well. The rest of it, when you see the film, I'm sure you'll understand why the word is there. And bloody तो अभी तो blood तो दिख ही रहा है. But I don't want to talk too much. But जब आप film देखेंगे तो it'll be clear why that word is there. But it's also used in terms of like with attitude and style, like in that, like Big Daddy, like in that way.
Is there any song in this movie?
Ali, is there any song in this movie?
Yes, there
Do I
is.
feature in that song, Ali? Do I get to dance in your film?
It's a different film than the film that I've done before, because there is song, गाने हैं, लेकिन वो गानों का पिक्चराइजेशन बहुत अलग तरह से किया गया है. जैसे आपने देखा ट्रेलर में, the story is about one night, what happened in that one night in that hotel. So गाने हैं, आप जब फिल्म देखेंगे तो आपको गाने भी मिलेंगे, बहुत सारी कॉमेडी भी मिलेगी, कोकी कॉमेडी मिलेगी, दिल्ली की action milega, so there's a lot in the film that is packed in 2 hours.
And my favorite song in the film is the one on which I am actually doing action and not doing dance. So I thought that was a really cool idea. He said, sir, we're making an action film, we're going to be pure, and I'm going to give you a song, but you're going to be doing action on it. So I thought that was super cool.
Yes, next please.
Hi Shahid. Hi Shahid, towards your right. This side. Aditi here.
Ah, yes.
Hey, hi Aditi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great as well. The trailer looks absolutely amazing. I have to ask you this. In India, the quality of movies and especially action related movies now, they're very much compared to Hollywood movies as well. And because of that, the amount of authenticity which Indian movies bring in action, it gets overshadowed. So do you think a film like Bloody Daddy can bridge that gap and, bring out that potential in the Indian movies when it comes to action genre?
देखिए फर्स्टली तो मैं कोई ऐसे टॉल क्लेम्स कि हमारी फिल्म कुछ रीडिफाइन कर देंगे आई थिंक वो अच्छा नहीं लगता. हमने अपनी तरफ से पूरी मेहनत की है. जैसे अली ने कहा कि दिस इज़ मेड फॉर एन ऑडियंस जो ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड ओ टी टी गेट्स कंज्यूम्ड एवरीवेयर साइमल्टेनियसली. तो ऑफकोर्स उनके माइंड में ये होगा बट आई थिंक अली का एक्शन यूजुअली बहुत ही ग्रिटी और बहुत ही एजी और न्यू एज होता है. इसमें बिकॉज हम एक सर्टन जॉनर की फिल्म बना रहे हैं. वी हैव गॉन मोर टुवर्ड्स रियल बट उस रियल के अंदर अली का फ्लेवर तड़का आते रहता है. एंड एक्चुअली दैट्स व्हाट मेक्स इट वेरी इन्जॉयबल कि ऑन वन हैंड ऐसा भी है कि आपको लगता है ये एक्चुअली हो रहा है. ऐसा नहीं लगता अरे यार ये सिर्फ फिल्मों में हो रहा है. बट उसका जो एक एड्रेनलिन रश मिलता है, जो एक मज़ा आता है कि अरे यार मज़ा आ गया. आई थिंक इस फिल्म में उन्होंने उसको कंबाइन करने की कोशिश की है. एंड आई थिंक दैट इज़ अ वेरी बिग USP फॉर द वे द एक्शन. दैट्स वाई ज़्यादातर सवाल जो आ रहे हैं वो इसकी स्लिकनेस के बारे में या इसके एक्शन के बारे में ही आ रहे हैं. बिकॉज इट्स आई थिंक अ वेरी डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ लुकिंग फिल्म. इट हैज़ अ वेरी फ्रेश काइंड ऑफ विजुअल ग्रामर, सिनेमैटिक ग्रामर. और एक्शन ग्रिटी मुझे भी पर्सनली पसंद है. अगर एक्शन में इमोशन ना हो, अगर एक्शन के अंदर फीलिंग नहीं आए कि कैरेक्टर घुसा हुआ है उस सिचुएशन में, तो मज़ा भी नहीं आता. सो वीव ट्राइड आवर बेस्ट एंड आई थिंक इंडियन फिल्म्स आर गेटिंग बेटर एंड बेटर एंड बेटर. और जो हिंदी फिल्म दे सकती है ना वो हॉलीवुड फिल्म नहीं दे सकती. शायद हम थोड़ा सा भूल गए कुछ टाइम से, लेकिन वो आएगा. अच्छी फिल्में आएंगी तो वो फीलिंग वापस आएगी. हम हिंदुस्तानी हैं, हमें बाहर जाके चाइनीज़ खाना और ये सब अच्छा लगता है, लेकिन घर आके जो अपना घर का खाना है या दाल मखनी जो होती है ना, वो दाल मखनी होती है, उसका जो मसाला होता है, उसका मसाले का टेस्ट ना वो बाहर कहीं मिलता नहीं है. तो हो सकता है बेहतर फिल्में बनाने का टाइम आ गया है, लेकिन इस फिल्म में वो सब मिलेगा. हिंदुस्तानियत भी मिलेगी, which is what I really like about this film.
In fact, if I may just add, and I really like when he says that there is no tall claim or there is, it's very nice that when your film on the public domain is compared or drawn a parallel to a nice action flick, and they're comparing it. But the whole idea for them to partner, in the creative energies was the relentlessness in the action, which I feel has not been seen lately, and especially when everybody is confined to home. तरह तरह के एक्शन होते हैं जैसे अली ने कहे हैं, बट आई फील दिस इज़ अ लिटिल जॉनर ब्रेकिंग. एंड वो रिलेंटलेसनेस जो है, इफ़ दैट कम्स आउट वेल एंड इफ ऑडियंस इज ग्रिप्ड, जॉब हाफ डन.
हेलो सर. हिमांशु, हाय. अमित हियर फ्रॉम दैनिक भास्कर आपके सामने. यस हिमांशु, आपने कहा कि हमें मतलब इसमें रीच चाहिए ऑडियंस की, मतलब ऑडियंस की रीच चाहिए, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा मतलब जगहों पे ये फिल्म देखी जाएगी. लेकिन एक चीज़ हुई थी दिनेश विजन के साथ, जब उन्होंने स्त्री को थिएट्रिकल रिलीज से पहले ही मतलब OTT को दिया था, तो वो सिर्फ 9 करोड़ में बिकी थी, जबकि उस फिल्म ने थिएट्रिकली 100 करोड़ 150 करोड़ से ज़्यादा किया था. राइट. और ये फिल्म एक हेवी बजट की फिल्म है. ठीक है, तो वो चीज़ क्यों नहीं आपके जहन में रही कि मतलब क्यों ना 100 करोड़ क्लब में हम इसे एंटर करवाएं rather than मतलब जियो पे लाएं, या जियो ने उतना दिया है?
तो good question. Like I said, when anybody is setting out, as and I'll only speak on behalf of 3 of us. आपको जब किसी चीज़ एक कहानी कहनी होती है तो फर्स्ट थॉट वहाँ से आता है कि क्या कहानी आपको कहनी है. और ऑफ कोर्स as makers, as content makers and creators, we always want reach which maximizes to people, thereby justifies all that we have spent on the film, and everybody should be in a win-win position. अगर एक प्लेटफॉर्म किसी प्रोडक्ट पे, किसी डायरेक्टर पे, किसी ब्रांड एक्टर पे एक चीज़ इन्वेस्ट करता है तो चीज़ हिट इस मामले में तब करार की जाती है कि when you have recovered your monies and everybody's made. So when this, like I said, अगर आप इसको 2 साल पीछे ले जाएं, when things were shifting, people were, the viewing patterns were shifting, it was very important for mainstream, and when I say mainstream is people जिनकी reach wide है, जिन्होंने अपने कहानी से बहुत लोगों को reach किया है, a star who has a great social media presence, if they are radically thinking to partner on a film and bring something to the audience who's sitting there during that COVID wave, that was one way to look at it. And come to think of it, 2 साल पहले, Jio had this vision and broad plan to sort of put in their money where their mouth is and partner with an A team to bring this so that maximum लोग इसे देखें इनके प्लेटफॉर्म पर. आप सब लोग IPL देख रहे हैं जियो सिनेमा पे. इट्स हमारी खुशकिस्मती है कि हम वहाँ हैं. And now when this film is there, so this is bringing that subscription base, this is bringing the traffic there, so it solves the purpose in business sense for makers, for producers, for actor, your artists out there. Everything is sort of justified because you're bringing the traffic. और वो traffic कब आएगी? जब आपका content उनको invite करेगा, audiences देख रही हैं. तो आई थिंक इट्स सॉर्ट ऑफ जस्टिफाइड. और हर फिल्म को उस तराजू पे नहीं तोला जाना चाहिए कि ये एक्स करे या एक्स करे. आई थिंक इट्स अ विन विन फॉर एवरीबॉडी.
जस्ट टू ऐड टू दैट, एक सेकंड अली, अगर ये ऑनलाइन आ जाती है, जैसे OTT पर आती है, क्या फिल्म मेकर वो सैटरडे और संडे को बहुत रिलैक्स कर सकता है, या उस समय भी वही एंग्जाइटी रहती है कि यार क्या हो गया, क्या पिक्चर का क्या हुआ है?
देखिए, I always say that the quantification of numbers is the love that you get for your product. प्यार से बड़ी कोई चीज़ नहीं है. और वो आपके प्रोडक्ट को जब मिलता है आपको पता चल जाता है, चाहे वो बॉक्स ऑफिस हो चाहे वो OTT हो. एज हिमांशु सेड, जो सबसे ज़रूरी चीज़ है जो लोगों को अब समझनी चाहिए वो ये है, जो मैंने पहले भी बोला, कि हम प्रोजेक्ट नहीं बनाते, हम फिल्में बनाते हैं. और फिल्म की सबसे ज़्यादा ज़रूरी चीज़ होती है उसकी स्क्रिप्ट, उसकी कहानी. अब वो कहानी डिसाइड करेगी कि ये फिल्म OTT पे आनी चाहिए या थिएटर में आनी चाहिए. ठीक है. और 90% कन्फ्यूजन ही यहाँ हो रहा है कि अब जब हम सर्टन फिल्में बना रहे हैं और वो बॉक्स ऑफिस पे बड़ा बिजनेस नहीं कर रही, तो हम ना फिल्म मेकर्स को क्वेश्चन कर रहे हैं और वो कह रहे हैं कि यार ये पिक्चर फ्लॉप हो रही है. पिक्चर फ्लॉप नहीं हो रही, क्या वो कहानी सही जगह पर आई या नहीं आई. एज आई सेड, कोविड ने सब कुछ बदल दिया है, हर इंडस्ट्री को बदल दिया है. हम एंटरटेनमेंट इज एन इंडस्ट्री. तो हमें अपने दिमाग के साथ एक सलाहियत से एक डिसीजन लेना पड़ेगा कि एक कहानी है, क्या उसकी 100% जस्टिफिकेशन एक OTT प्लेटफॉर्म पे होगी जो एक पर्सनल व्यूइंग प्लेटफॉर्म है. व्हेन आई से OTT, आप अपनी फैमिली के साथ नहीं देखते. OTT आप अपने फ़ोन पे देखते हैं, अपने iPad पे देखते हैं या अपने TV पे देखते हैं जब आप अकेले होते हैं. और कई बार ऐसा हो सकता है कि आपको पसंद हो, आपके भाई को पसंद ना हो, आपकी वाइफ को पसंद ना हो, आपके पेरेंट्स को पसंद ना हो, उनको कुछ और OTT पे पसंद आ रहा हो. सो ये पूरा एक साइंस है. उस साइंस को आपको अडेप्ट करना पड़ेगा और फिर उस हिसाब से कहानियां कहनी पड़ेंगी. एंड द नंबर्स विल गिव यू द वैलिडेशन कि वो काम लोगों को पसंद आया या नहीं आया. इट्स नेवर क्वांटिफाइड कि 100 करोड़ क्लब में आई, 200 करोड़ क्लब में आई, 300 करोड़ क्लब में आई. दैट्स नॉट द वैलिडेशन ऑफ सक्सेस एनी मोर व्हेन इट कम्स टू OTT.
एक सेकंड, कैन यू माइक ले लीजिए.
चिल्ला के बोल दो, ये पिक्चर का भी वैसे ही मूड है.
एक्चुअली ये सवाल इसलिए आया क्योंकि मतलब शाहिद जिस स्टैचर के हैं, एक्टर स्टार हैं, वो 40 करोड़ ट्रेड कहता है कि उनकी फीस है.
अरे दे दो मुझे यार.
डेफिनेटली.
कम बोला आपने, कम बोला है, कम बोला है. आपको बाद में मिलेंगे ये बार.
सर ये मैं कम बोला है, ये तम बोला है, इसका प्राइस पहले पता करो जाके.
डेफिनेटली. तो ये फिल्म मतलब उस हाई स्केल बजट की है, ठीक है. तो क्या OTT इस तरह की फिल्म को 100 करोड़ दे रहा है, या मतलब क्या कह सकते हैं हम?
नहीं सर, हमने सबसे भाड़े पे लेके जियो को फ्री में दे दी पिक्चर.
जितनी लागत है, जितनी ज़रूरत है, उतना OTT दे रहा है.
आपको क्या लगता है IPL फ्री में आ रहा है, कितने का है?
अच्छा देखो, यहाँ पे जो 3 लोग बैठे हैं, हम दुखी लग रहे हैं या खुश लग रहे हैं? सिंपल बात बताओ. अभी लुकिंग अनहैप्पी कि यार कहाँ फंस गए यार, क्या हम लग रहे हैं खुश? बताओ. हाँ
चलो आगे बढ़ते.
तो जवाब मिल गया तुझे यार.
पैसों की बात नहीं करते, पिक्चर की बात कर लेते हैं यार. पैसे तो सब कमा रहे हैं. और कोई सवाल?
मैथमेटिक्स में मत घुसो, मूड समझो.
Yes, yes. This lady over here, yes. Can we have the mic over here, please?
Excuse me, hi.
Do you have the mic?
Yeah, hi. I have the mic.
Yes, please.
Ali, to your right, I have a question for you. Hi.
Yeah.
This is Kunal from India Forums. Thank you. The trailer looks really good, bloody good, as we say. So my question is very simple. Shahid has, now become like a more so like a genre-breaking actor. He's doing stuff, he's now probably exploring more than ever. So my question to you is that, apart from the fact that you all go, beyond, like way back with each other, have a history, wanted to work with each other, what was it about Bloody Daddy and the script you felt that this is it for him? Because it's a first for him, as we've constantly mentioned, it's his first actioner. So what was this script that you felt that ye iske liye hi bana hai?
See, सबसे ज़रूरी चीज़ है that even when I made action film with Mr. Salman Khan, I always want to do the character first and then bring the actor in. So, and that is why, when I work with him, a lot of people say that it's a very good marriage of an actor and a director. With Shahid, when I came to him, I made a call. It was COVID. I was in Dehradun. He was in Bombay. We were jamming after Kabir Singh. He called me and he said, Ali, kuch karte hain saath mein. We were talking about a sports film together. Then when I got Bloody Daddy actually is an adaptation of a French film, okay, which is called Sleepless Night. I saw the film. Sunir actually, Khetrapal, who I think right now is in Cannes because he's more glamorous than us, called me and said, yaar, ek mere paas picture hai, tu please banayega. So I saw the film. And I really liked the film, and why I liked the film is because it was like a trip, an action film which is relentless, moving really fast. But when you do a remake, what is very important is that you need to find a zameen for that film. You need to find a land. And I was very clear कि अगर मैं इस फिल्म को दिल्ली गुड़गांव में सेट करूँगा ना तो मुझे एक ज़मीन बहुत अच्छी मिलेगी. And the film is set in the time of COVID. So the COVID line in the film is not a joke. It is set in the time of second wave. And when I was happy with the adaptation, I could only see one actor in that role because the original actor in the film is a brilliant actor and he has a lot of intensity in his eyes. So I said, there is no other actor who can justify this role apart from Shahid because I just feel he is an actor star, which is a great combination. Whether you see Heather, whether you see Jab We Met, whether you see even Kabir Singh, his characters penetrate more than his stardom, which is a very good thing. So I said, मुझे एक actor चाहिए जो ये 2 घंटे की film को एक रात की कहानी को hold कर पाए. And then everything in the film is designed to him. Whether it's an action, whether it's the writing of the film, whether it's the intensity of the film, everything is, it's a headline film. It's like Bloody Daddy, Shahid Kapoor, So सब कुछ उस किरदार से निकल के आया. And that is why I think when people are finding it new age and लोगों को लग रहा है and they're drawing comparison, it's new because a new star is doing an action in a new way. Which is believable, which is raw, which is rustic. मतलब यहाँ ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ विलेन पिटता है, यहाँ हीरो भी पिटता है और हीरो को चोट भी लगती है और दर्द भी होता है, which is more the reality of the situation.